Hey nerds, this is Pam coming to you from Stationery Nerd. Today we're going to look at the Daycraft softcover notebooks. I've got two different ones here from two different collections, and we're going to take a look at both of them. So let's get into it. Okay, so first we have the Inspiro edition of Daycraft, and this is the line of journals that have the inspirational sayings on the front. And of course I saw this one and loved it, and this is the one that I bought. So this lettering is actually embossed into the cover itself, so you can kind of see that, and then that's a dark gray color. The edge is purple, and then the inside end paper is also purple on both the front and the back. No back cover, or no back pocket on that. So the Inspiro notebook is the one with the inspirational sayings on the front, and I think there are about 6 or 8 different sayings, and they're all really good. So it was a tough call for me on which one to get, but this is a kind of a khaki color for the cover, and then the lettering on the front is embossed, and there's a dark gray, kind of gray brown color, and then the end of the pages are purple, and the bookmark is also purple. That's a very thin satin bookmark, and then the inside end pages are purple as well. And then that this first page is not super thick, but it is a nice substantial page. I did get the lined version, and I'm pretty sure that it's available in dot as well. So let's take a look. This is my spreadsheet that I have available on the website where I do all of the journal notebooks. So if you're interested in downloading that for free, stationarynerd.com/journals. And let's see. So this is available in lined, dotted, square grid, and then blank. And the paper in there is 100 GSM. And there are 176 pages in this book. They do call it cream, and we'll look at a little bit closer at the color. Alright, so let's take a look next at the signature collection, and this also comes in a bunch of different colors. I got the one with the gray and the turquoise, but there are 10 different color combinations, and this also has cream paper, 100 GSM, 176 pages, and again dotted, line, square, and blank on that color option, or on the paper option. And then this is also a satin ribbon. It's a light blue color. It's a little bit thinner, or a little bit thicker than the other. So let's just compare those two so you can see them together. Maybe I can finagle it so you can see these next to each other. So that's the difference in the size. And I did get the lined version of both of these. When you read the review, you'll remember that I was originally on a hunt for a lined journal, because that's what the bullet journal was that I was coming from. I was bullet journaling in a lined journal, and I was looking for one that was another lined version. So this is a soft cover, and I love how durable it is. They advertise that this is designed to be bent like that, or if you are using it out and about, you can turn it around like that and literally flip that spine just like that, and you can see that there's extra space on this spine to be able to do that. And the binding on these books is a sewn, they're sewn signatures, and then there's a glue binding on the back spine of that. And because these are actually designed to be flipped like that, They actually lay flat when you open them, and the construction on these is very sturdy. So these, you can find a selection of their brand on Amazon, but if you go to their website, there are tons. They have a bunch of different collections available. I just made some notes here. They have a gorgeous floral line, and the edges of the page are gold, and a bunch of different floral patterns on the front. And then they also have what's called a Gutenberg, where different full font families are embossed on the front cover. There's a black letter, Helvetica, Times New Roman, a couple of other ones. And you know, I am kind of a font and typography fanatic, so that definitely speaks to my heart. They have retro, a geometric pattern. They've got a cool one that is, they call it amazing or amazement, and it's actually a maze on the front. And then the end papers are also mazes. So those are really cool. And then I'm sure that you've seen the ones that have the rainbow color along the edge. And so that's what they call the chromatic version. So definitely take a look at their website and look at some of the options that they have for this. Super awesome selection, and I really like the quality on these. In fact, these are probably among my favorite journals that I have purchased and reviewed on all of them. So the paper I have found is, let's just take a look. Oh, I didn't talk about the size. So they're calling this A5. So it's 151 millimeter by 212 millimeter. But let's just compare that to the Leuchtturm 1917, and you can see that that's pretty much exact. There's a little tiny bit of an overlap on the top, but I'm going to call that true A5. And let's take a look at the color. So we know that the two colors are exactly the same because this paper is the same. So let's compare the color to a couple of things that you might be familiar with. First of all, we're going to look at just plain notebook paper. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. This is the whitest kind of white paper that you can get, and you can see the difference in the color there. And then let's take a look at that next to the Leuchtturm 1917 paper. And it's a little bit more cream than the Leuchtturm. And then let's compare that also to the Scribbles That Matter, which is definitely more in the white family. So close up here. These two look very close. The Leuchtturm and the Daycraft look very close. And then the Scribbles and the white paper are more together in that family. So that gives you an idea of color. And let's take a look at the line spacing on this just for reference. This is a 7 millimeter line, and let me actually just count the lines just so we have a record of that as well. So there are 31 lines on a page, which is awesome. I love that they have equal margin at the top and the bottom. So if you do need to draw a grid or use these lines as a calendar in a bullet journal, then it's entirely possible. Because there are 31 lines, you can fit 31 days. So, bravo Daycraft. Let's take a look at the pen test. Uh-oh. Did I do a pen test in here? I bet you I did it in the other one. Because it's the same paper, so I only did it in one or the other. Here we go. Did it in the turquoise one. So, first of all, let's take a look at the pens that I used. I chose two Sharpie highlighters, and these are the liquid highlighters, so I picked them because they're pretty wet on the page. And then I selected a variety of black pens. We have fine liners and gel pens and a Sharpie and a fountain pen and a micron. I'm going to list all of these below for you so that you can see the exact list, but I'm not going to go through them right now. But let's take a look and see how the paper fared in this pen test. So I am not seeing any problems whatsoever. This paper does have a slight coating on it, but not so much that I'm getting any smudging from any of the pens, and I am seeing no feathering at all on any of the tested pens here. So let's take a look on the back side of this. It's pretty doggone good. I like it. The only one that has any kind of ghosting are the fountain pen and the Bic 730R, which those are always problems. Normally they're problems because they bleed through, but these did not bleed through. They're just a little bit heavier on the ghosting. But really, looking at it on camera, it's pretty difficult to even see that there is writing there. So big thumbs up for Daycraft. This is awesome paper. And especially if you want something that's a soft cover. This cover, let me see what I have written on my little sheet here. So they are calling it fine Italian PU leather. So it doesn't smell like leather. I'm just going to call that like the normal PU leather. It's super soft, you guys. Like, I just, you can probably tell, I just can't stop touching it. It's beautiful. So super luxurious feeling, and when they say fine Italian, that kind of does remind me of fine Italian, definitely. So I love the feel of this in the hand, and I will probably use one of these as my handwritten diary journal. I'm in an UberWorks right now, but coming to the end, so this will probably be my next option. So anyway, that's all for now. I'm gonna close this out and ask you a question. Have you used either one of these or any of the other Daycraft notebooks in the line? And if so, what do you think? Do you love them as much as I do? And which one do you have? Yeah, drop a comment below and let me know. Let's start a conversation. Otherwise, if you haven't already, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and share it with a friend. Anyway, until next time, I will see you later. Bye.